English Learning Hub.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Learning Hub, where English is easy and enjoyable. I'm Tom, and we are officially halfway through our 30-day shadowing challenge.
I'm Jenny. If you've been with us since day one, still practicing, still showing up every day, that is a really big deal.
Before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free and it means you'll never miss a day of this challenge.
Today's topic is storytelling. Not once upon a time stuff, but everyday storytelling. The kind you do when a friend asks, "Hey, what happened to you today?"
I actually got lost in a supermarket once, when I was about 7 years old.
That's a perfect example. Real, natural storytelling in English is one of the most useful skills you can build, and one of the hardest to practice in a new language.
By now you've built a great foundation over 2 weeks of shadowing, so today we're using all of that to tell stories naturally and confidently.
Storytelling isn't just for writers, it's something every person does every day. When you tell your boss why you relate, that's storytelling.
And research in linguistics shows stories are one of the best ways for our brains to remember language. When words connect to a feeling or image, we remember them so much better.
Let's practice some key storytelling phrases. Repeat after us. First, so the other day, it's casual and invites people in right away.
Next, you're not going to believe this, but this one creates excitement and anticipation.
Third, and the thing is, it shows you're about to explain something important, that there's more to understand.
Next, and then out of nowhere, for when something unexpected happens in your story.
And the last one, long story short. It signals you're getting to the point and shows you're considerate of the listener's time.
Let's use all of these in a real story. So this happened when I was about 7. My mom took me to this huge 3-floor supermarket. And the thing is, I saw a display of chocolate at the end of an aisle and thought I'd just walk over quickly.
You're not going to believe this, but
I was gone for 45 minutes. Every aisle looked the same. And then, out of nowhere, an announcement came over the loudspeakers asking for the mother of a small boy named Tom to come to customer service. Long story short, my mom found me crying a little, eating a free biscuit, and from that day on, I was never allowed to walk next to the cart again.
I love this story. And notice he used almost every single phrase we just practiced. They're like the skeleton of a story, holding the whole thing together.
Okay, your turn, Jenny.
Fine. So the other day, well, actually about 2 years ago, I was at a very fancy restaurant for a work dinner with important clients. And the thing is, I really needed to make a good impression. And then, out of nowhere, I knocked over my entire glass of red wine all over the white tablecloth and a little on my boss's sleeve. You're not going to believe this, but my boss laughed, and after that, everyone relaxed. Long story short, sometimes spilling wine on your boss is actually a career move.
That's the best ending to any story. Stay calm while describing chaos. That's the key to good storytelling.
Let's talk about a few things to focus on. First, emotion. You have to feel the story, not just say the words like a robot. When you feel it, the listener feels it too.
Second, don't be afraid of pauses. Real storytellers pause for drama, and a well-placed pause is a sign of confidence, not a mistake.
Third, use specific details. Not "I went to a restaurant," but a fancy restaurant with a white tablecloth. Specific details actually make communication clearer and more vivid, not just more interesting.
Now, let's do a quick shadowing practice. I'll read a short story, slowly. Repeat after me. Last weekend, I went to visit my grandmother. She lived in a small house near a big green park. When I arrived, she was sitting in her garden drinking tea. She smiled and said, "I knew you were coming. I made your favorite cake."
Now one with more excitement. Shadow me. Last Tuesday, I woke up late, really late. My heart just stopped. I had a meeting in 20 minutes. I jumped up so fast I hit my head, but I made it 2 minutes late, coffee in hand, pretending everything was completely normal.
Did you feel that pause before stopped? That's the kind of thing shadowing teaches, not just words, but the space between them.
Let's talk about story structure. Every good story has 3 parts. The beginning sets the scene: when, where, who. The middle is where something happens, a problem or surprise. And the ending resolves things, leaving the listener with a feeling.
Think about our stories. Mine had a beginning at the supermarket, a middle getting lost, and an ending back in the baby seat. Jenny's had a beginning at the restaurant, a middle spilling wine, and a twist ending, realizing it helped.
The best stories usually come from the worst moments. That's basically the rule of life.
Let's do the full three-part structure together. Shadow the whole thing. A few months ago, I tried cooking a completely new recipe for the first time. I felt very confident. But then, halfway through, I realized I'd added salt instead of sugar. A lot of salt. I ended up ordering pizza, and honestly, nothing makes food taste better than the memory of your own terrible cooking.
Now you, Tom, a full story.
A couple of years ago, I decided to learn how to ride a bicycle as an adult. My friend Mark held the seat and ran next to me, saying, "I've got you." Then I heard his footsteps stop. He'd let go without telling me. I panicked, but I kept going, all the way to the end of the road. I turned around and saw him jumping up and down, cheering. Long story short, I cried a little, happy tears, and Mark did too.
That was really sweet. Notice how his voice got softer at the end? That change in voice is telling the story, not just the words.
Let's talk about common mistakes. First, telling the story too fast, because nervousness makes people rush. The fix? Slow down, use pauses. It sounds more confident, not less.
Second, using too many and then, and then, and then. It becomes a list, not a story. Instead, try suddenly, out of nowhere, before I could even react.
And third, not giving enough context at the beginning. Take 15 seconds to set the scene, just like a movie does before anything exciting happens.
And fourth, translating your story directly from your first language. Stories work differently across cultures. That's actually the beauty of shadowing. You're absorbing the English way of telling a story naturally, without even thinking about it.
Okay, one final shadowing exercise, bringing it all together. This is a story about a day that didn't go as planned.
It started as a normal morning. Coffee, sunshine, a whole plan for the day.
But about 10 minutes after sitting down to work, the internet went off. No warning, just gone. I was on hold with the internet company for 40 minutes.
And then, out of nowhere, the power went out, too. The whole building, just darkness. I sat there with my useless coffee cup thinking, the universe is telling me something.
So I put on my jacket and just walked. No phone, no plan. I found a little bakery I'd never noticed before, bought a pastry so good I said wow out loud, alone, to no one.
The power and internet came back eventually, and I finished my work. But honestly, the best part of the day was the part that wasn't in the plan at all.
Long story short, sometimes the best stories start when everything goes wrong. Day 15 of 30 done. If you shadowed along with us today, that's a real skill you just practiced.
Your homework, think of one short story from your own life, funny or surprising, and tell it out loud using today's phrases. So, the other day, the thing is, out of nowhere, long story short.
You can tell it to yourself in the mirror, record it on your phone, or say it while walking down the street. The important thing is saying it out loud.
If you want to share your story, drop it in the comments. We read everyone. And if this helped you, please subscribe if you haven't already.
We'll see you tomorrow for day 16.
Keep practicing, keep showing up. English is easy, English is enjoyable, and you are doing amazing.